I realize it's very similar to traditional investing and real estate investing. The difference really is we put such a short term expectation on the crypto. I think if you put it like a 2018 to today versus if you invest now, that's 2025, I think it will do well.
Hi everyone, we have Carl D of Spectrum Investments joining us in the channel. I want to start this interview with this. Carl D, a very traditional investor, moving into something that's very new, very exciting, very digital. Last year, you started to venture into the cryptocurrency market, and then at some point also NFT related assets also. My question is this, and we talked about this in the previous video, but I just want people to know your rationale behind it. You being a traditional investor, i.e., real estate, uh, what's the need to go into crypto and digital assets?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Marvin Guillermo, for your time. So thank you also to all the listeners out there. So yes, Marvin is right. I'm a real estate guy for maybe around 20 years, and I've worked with a real estate company in the first 10 years of my career. So here I am right now trying to explore what's in the real estate in the metaverse, trying to understand. And thank you, Marvin, for walking me through what this real estate metaverse is all about. So I guess, Marvin, it's the way of the future. It's how the future will go. And I also, aside from the physical real estate we are working on, I'm also interested or curious to kind of get my feet wet on the digital real estate.
What made you realize that it's the future? What was the part of it that okay, this is something worth looking at?
Oh, definitely, Marvin. You know, we have to be open-minded, and we have to, kind of just keep an open mind, keep an open portfolio. Things keep changing in real estate. The products also evolve from this product to this product, and then now we're also exploring to add a portfolio in the real estate metaverse.
You ventured into cryptos last year. What's it like? Because yeah, you talked about real estate, metaverse, NFTs. All of this will be very volatile for the next few years. So what was your first 7 months now? 7 months of experience in the crypto markets. How's it doing for you? What how does it feel?
Guys, Marvin Guillermo is my Sherpa
No,
in bringing me into the crypto world, no? So I entered at the high market. I entered, I think, at BTC somewhere, I don't know, 50 plus. So it's now down. I'm learning a lot as I go through this experience. But I think I agree with Marvin, no, na it's different when you're inside the game. The learnings, the experience, the anxiety is different when you're just watching it from the news versus when you're inside. So um, I'm down right now because I entered at the high price. How I wish I joined Marvin in 2018 when he was buying crypto. But yeah, we're looking forward to all the learnings and just really learn how to navigate all this.
when cryptocurrencies are talked about, it's always talked about na it's gonna go to the moon, it's gonna go up. You put your money there and then you hodl and then it will change your life. But when you're there already and then it's nice and easy when everything's going up, but when things don't go the way you want it to go, what's the realization? What's the realization there?
I think, Marvin, realization of crypto, no, is the expectation. In real estate, you expect a property to go up in value over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You get the rental income passively, slowly over the next 10, 15, 20 years. But suddenly, you have a different expectation with cryptocurrency. You want it to go to the moon immediately. No? So I guess the reality for me is we have to give it more time depending on where you entered. If you're very blessed to have entered it at a really low price, then good for you. But if you entered at the higher price, then you have to give yourself a longer time frame. So that's my biggest lesson.
Mm.
But I'm still very excited, Marvin. I'm still keeping my hopes up. And I think if I stretch my time frame longer, then it will be a different expectation.
If we look at it, 2018 to where we are right now, that's already 4 years. Comparing 4 years to 7 months, that's not a very very equal sample size. So what would be interesting is if we're comparing 4 year time horizons, then maybe May 2021 to May 2025, how it would actually play out when you start investing there. But another question is this: given that you're into traditional investments, sometimes raw land that really doesn't go that's not very very exciting but very very stable. What was going through your head during drops? No, and there were a lot of drops in the major, not just the meme coins, but even the large ones from Bitcoin, Ethereum, your favorite Cardano. They've gone down very very much. So, uh, what was going through your head while that was happening?
Guys, I represent all of you guys out there watching who are kind of just late in entering and you're just starting your crypto journey. What was I feeling? Definitely a lot of anxiety, a lot of regret at some point. Na parang, oh, why did I enter at this point? I should have waited. And then when it goes up, oh, I should not have exited. So I'm learning a lot on the right mindset approaching crypto because it's very different. I guess the time horizon is different. But comparing it to property, I think there are some similarities. In property, you make the most if you hodl longer. And in property, you also make the most at your entry price. If you buy low, while it's still going up. No? Like in property, we like to buy things that are raw. When it development, it's still about to start, and then you ride the development. So I think crypto is also like that. When you are buying late in the game, it's a different story. But when you're buying it early, and that's where you get the most excess.
That's a very very good explanation. I just wanna point something out, and so that a lot of people who are watching this might learn. You mentioned something about hodling real estate for a long time. Isn't it just the same? You buy a property 1 year, then you're in your third or fourth year, it really hasn't gone up. Versus crypto, you buy something, it really also hasn't gone up for 7 months. Why is it in crypto 7 months not performing well? There's panic for real estate. If it underperforms also for 5 years, why is there no panic there?
This question is so appropriate for all the people out there who's feeling like, my crypto went down. I think the expectations is different. You enter property knowing it's long term. This is for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. But when you enter crypto, somehow, for the newbies like me, you look at it as a gamble and I hope this is my lottery ticket jackpot. And I buy it and it comes back to me. And I can buy a Lamborghini or yeah, it's all over the internet. But if you change the mindset that it's a part of your lifestyle, like a part of your investing, it will give good returns also.
The mindset is, especially for people who are accustomed to buying an asset and then converting it into another asset, i.e. stocks, real estate, bonds, there's an expectation that at some point, maybe I profit and I get my cash back. But in crypto, you can actually go into crypto with just holding it in crypto and not having volatility, because people can actually buy stable coins and then stake that stable coins for 20 plus percent, and it will outperform bonds already by 10x on a yearly basis. So it really depends on the approach. But I guess to everyone watching this, Carl said something very interesting, that investing in crypto, it's not a lottery. It's true that there are a lot of people that have done well also on a very very short period of time, but the cross section of everyone that's investing, not a lot of them would experience that. And it's hard work, a lot of research, having the conviction when it's down that over a project or a crypto that you really really like, to add some more because you get to buy it on a cheaper price, or in the same way cutting loss into something that a token or a crypto or a project that's not really worth anything but just went up because there was a lot of attention into it. So Carly, before we flip the tables and I know you have a lot of questions, what was the biggest lesson that you've encountered so far from traditional investing to crypto? What did you learn in all of this?
I realize it's very similar to traditional investing and real estate investing. The difference really is we put such a short-term expectation on the crypto. I think if you put it like a 2018 to today, versus if you invest now, that's 2025, I think it will do well. So guys, I just want to share with you, Marvin is a very good friend of mine, and we were together 2018 when Marvin was opening his first Bitcoin account. We were together, we were in Dubai, and Marvin told me, "Hey Carl, I'm gonna learn how to open a Bitcoin account. Do you want to join me?" And I said, "No. I'm gonna go to the what am I gonna go the what they call the duty
Outlet store.
I'm gonna go to the outlet store and buy rubber shoes." So I look at my rubber shoes right now, and this cost me millions. These rubber shoes.
But what's interesting about that, I want to say this first also before we continue with the question and answer. Even if you are not as early as everyone else, there's so much opportunity because Solana, even if you started 2021, did very well. Avalanche did very, very well. FTM, Polygon/Matic did very well as well. So what I'm saying is this: people may not have started with Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB or even Cardano, but there are other ones that are relatively cheaper that still also have potential. Or if you look at it from a macro perspective, I think we're very, very early still. This space has a lot of room to grow. And if people try to analyze it, there's so much routes that they could go. L1 blockchains, or they could go to tokens that are highly connected to NFTs or the metaverse, layer 2 scaling solutions also, or DeFi. And there's so much. Last time I checked, just yesterday, there was already around 16,000+ cryptocurrencies. Somewhere around May 2021, it was just 5,000. So the number of cryptocurrencies has tripled in less than a year, and there's so much options. But it's up to the investor also to find, I guess, a specialty and expertise that more. What's your edge up against everyone else? And what I know may be different from what you know. What Carl knows may be different from what other people would also know. And I know Carl has a very, very good low cap gem that he hasn't really disclosed to everyone, which has done very, very well for him. And it was a very emotional roller coaster also. If they keep selling, then a lot of people will buy. What will be the utility for that? Because if you look at Sandbox, people who buy the land will build something on it. Businesses, areas where the concerts will be. So if you don't have land in Sandbox, you will be renting from someone who actually owns it if you want to build your business there.